Welcome to the channel, boys and girls. Welcome to the Reading Street, Read Aloud with Mr. Carter. Please click that like and subscribe button below. On this channel, I'll be reading great books by great authors and great illustrators to you every week. Disclaimer, I do not own the rights or content to any of these books read on this channel. It's time to have some fun. Let's get started. Welcome back to Reading Street, boys and girls. And today we have another great book for you by another great author. And today's book is entitled Sky's First Swimming Lesson, written by DJ Duvalsaint, illustrated by Yuliia Zolotova. Sky was a bright-eyed, brave child. When she saw the sign about swimming lessons, she and her three best friends signed up right away. Sky, Susie, Starline, and Morgan had never taken lessons before, but they were all up for the challenge to master a new skill. They hoped the two class bullies wouldn't sign up to ruin their plans. Did anyone see the final list of who signed up for class? Sky asked. Are Kelsey and Kylie on the list? Kelsey and Kylie were the school bullies. They looked for every chance to make someone's life miserable. Last week, they had spilled milk on the new girl, Luna's lunch. They even put gum in Jessie's hair 2 days ago. Jessie was a quiet girl who could be clumsy in class. They were on the teacher's radar, but the teacher couldn't be everywhere. Yeah, they were the last two to sign up, Morgan said with a sigh. When Sky got home from school, she asked her mom, "Can you swim?" "I always wanted to learn, but was afraid to damage my permed hair," answered Mom, shaking her head. "Looking back, I regret not learning. Take this chance and run with it. You never know when that life skill might come in handy." "I will, Mom." Starline and Morgan said their moms could not swim for the same reason. They almost didn't let them join the swimming class because the girls just got perms. "The chlorine in the water can damage perms," Mom explained, passing a hand through her growing afro. Sky was glad her hair was in its natural stage, but she realized something. Her hair was too short to braid it into a protective hairstyle, and it was too long to easily fit it in a swimming cap, looking bumpier than the other kids. "What is it?" Mom asked. "You look worried." "I'm not sure how well my hair will fit in a swim cap. I could try to braid it," Mom offered. "That's okay. I think it's still too short after the big hair chop. Braiding sounds kind of painful." Sky kept trying to think of different answers, but was not sure what would work. The next day, the girls could not contain their excitement about the first swim class. Sky accepted the idea that her cap would look fuller than everyone else's. She had her brush and wide-tooth comb and headband ready for after class. Sky was determined to set aside her fears to learn a new skill. After getting ready, Sky gazed in the mirror at her puff swim cap. "It's not that bad," she told herself. Everything was fine until she saw the bullies, Kelsey and Kylie. As she left the washroom, Sky avoided eye contact, but they charged towards her. "Something looks different about your..." Kelsey started, but Susie was quick to rescue and grab Sky's arm. "The coach is asking for you." And the two rushed away from what could have turned into a bad situation. "I owe you one," Sky whispered to her pal on their way to the pool. She realized something while glancing at Susie's swim cap. It was even puffier than her own because her hair was so long and curly. Susie didn't seem to realize or mind. Sky decided to shrug off her fears. The coach introduced herself and handed out life vests. She told them a story about when she was a kid. She was in a pool and her little sister almost drowned. The coach had waved for a lifeguard who rescued her. At that moment, she decided to learn how to swim, and she had made it her career. Coach added, swimming is such an important life skill. Whether this is for your first class or not, I look forward to teaching you over the next few months. The class responded with excited applause. The pool was huge and clean. The water felt warm. It was about 4 feet in the deepest part, and it had a funny smell. Sky's class first learned the basics of how to feel the water. They walked back and forth in shallow water to learn how to be comfortable in it. Coach added, water is your friend. Don't fear it. Then she called on them one by one to walk from one point of the pool to another. She said that helped build confidence. When it was Sky's turn, she thought, I can do this, and she did. Next, Coach declared, we're going to blow bubbles underwater. This activity focuses on your breathing. When your head is above the water, breathe in through your mouth. Hold it until you get underwater. Then breathe out slowly from your nose. They practice a few times as a group. While you blow bubbles underwater, keep your goggles on and your eyes open. This helps you see, which makes you stable, Coach calmly explained. Coach was patient and made everything sound so simple. Sky liked her already. After they bubbled for a while, Coach said they were ready for floating. There are 2 types of floating, she said. One is just to lie on your back and relax. The second is to put your chest and head down in the water. Today, we'll work on the second method. Watch me. And she showed them what to do. Hold the edge of the pool with both hands. Take a deep breath, hold it, and put your head in the water. You'll see how your lower body automatically rises up. That's called buoyancy. Sky loved those big science words. She made a mental note to add the new word to her science pad. They all practiced floating, and some kids just got it on their first try. Starline and Morgan were among them. Sky was not one of those kids. She tried so hard to remember all the steps. She was missing something, and Susie was also having troubles. What are we doing wrong? Asked Sky. I'm not sure, replied Susie. Let's try to copy the kids who got it right. After practicing about 10 minutes, the coach called on them, one by one, to float. Sky and Susie looked panicked. Suddenly, the one thing Sky tried to avoid happened. Kelsey and Kylie pointed at Sky and Susie and then made big motions above their heads behind Coach's back. They laughed and shouted, "Big hair, don't care." A few other students chimed in. Coach saw what they were doing and mouthed the word "strike one" while holding up her pointer finger, and the twins cut it out for the rest of the day. Then Coach swam over to Sky and Susie to help. She reminded them to hold their breath, and that made the difference. When the whistle blew to signal that the time was up, everyone made their way into the shower and change. Sky was relieved there were aides in the room to supervise. The bullies had no more chances to be mean. After Sky washed and dried her hair, she put on her pink and purple headband. Susie, Starline, and Morgan chatted about how well the lesson had gone. None of them mentioned the little floating hiccup. "Wasn't it fun?" asked Starline. "It was amazing," Sky said with a grin. "It was even better than I thought, for sure. Yep, and at this rate, we'll be swimming in no time." "The coach is nice," said Morgan. They all nodded in agreement. On the bus ride home, one of the aides passed out flyers from a Taekwondo studio. A new class would start in September. That meant there would be no conflict with swimming lessons. The grand opening fell on Sky's and Starline's birthday weekend. The birthday twins each held up a flyer. All 4 girls shared a familiar gaze and shouted, "Yes!" The end. Now that was another great story by another great author. And if you would like to purchase this book and support this great author, DJ Duvalsaint, please click on the link below in the description box. And here's a summary of the book and more info about today's author. Thanks for listening, and I can't wait to read to you again soon. Bye-bye.